Want help to grow your business? Download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.
G'day, Troy Dean here, and welcome to Rinse and Repeat in action on Business Blueprint. In this series, we are helping you create recurring revenue by interviewing real-life business owners who have done just that. Why? Because recurring revenue really is the holy grail of all business models. It gives you predictable cash flow, it helps you manage the growth and the expansion of your business, and it dramatically reduces your stress levels because you've got guaranteed income at the start of every month. In the first series, Rinse and Repeat, we actually showed you the 6-part methodology and formula for creating recurring revenue. If you're at businessblueprint.com or on the Apple TV on the Business Blueprint app, you can find that series. It's called Rinse and Repeat. In this series, Rinse and Repeat in action, we're actually showing you how business owners have done this in the real world. And in this particular episode, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Tammy May, who runs a business called My Budget, where they help you manage your budget and help you achieve your saving goals. And Tammy's expansion of her business almost didn't happen because she didn't have her processes right. There's a lot to learn in this interview. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Without further ado, let's go and meet Tammy May. Tammy May, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Troy.
Awesome, thanks for joining us. This is Rinse and Repeat in action, so we're talking about recurring revenue business models. Before we get started, a lot of people watching this won't know who you are, so tell us who you are and what My Budget is.
Well, I'm Tammy May. I founded My Budget when I was 22 from my kitchen table. My Budget helps people to improve their financial position, helps people to set up a budget, get out of debt, create savings, achieve their goals. We're sort of like that personal trainer for your money. So I started it when I was 22. I was working at a solicitor's firm at the time, and I was managing a small debt collection firm for them. And I noticed that there was a lot of people who didn't know how to manage their money as well as they could. I saw the impact that debt was having on their lives, and I thought, who could I refer these clients out to get some help to put a budget together? And there wasn't anybody, so I thought I would help them by setting up a budget, but taking it one step further and actually managing that budget on their behalf to help them achieve whatever their financial goals might be.
Wow, so it's like a done-for-you service for managing your finances.
Yes, yep.
And so we were speaking off camera, there's obviously software that you can use if you want to do it yourself, but actually making a commitment to follow through and form new habits is quite time consuming, and a lot of people start these things with all good intentions and then fail. So you're like completely hands off, we'll do it for you, it keeps you accountable.
Let us worry about it. We do everything for you. We're like that good little angel that sits on your shoulder, that takes care of everything in the background, but we let you make all the decisions. And that's essentially what we do, is we help you make the right financial decisions so you can achieve whatever your goals may be. And for some people, that's just, they just want to pay down debt or get rid of some arrears or whatever it might be and create some savings, whereas other clients might want to save for a holiday, pay off their mortgage, look longer term at their financial position. So it really just depends on the client.
You started My Budget when you were 22. We were talking before about, you always kind of knew that you wanted to have your own business. You were telling a story when you worked at a daycare centre?
Yeah, childcare centre.
Childcare centre.
Yeah, when I was studying. And I thought to myself, I know I want to start a business. I wasn't quite sure. I watched my dad, he was a builder, he was self-employed. And then, when I was working at the childcare centre, I thought to myself, I could run a childcare centre. I mean, I was all of 18. So I started photocopying all their manuals in case I start a childcare centre one day, because that was my first kind of exposure other than working at Hungry Jack's. And I kind of knew I didn't want to start a Hungry Jack's or work at a Hungry Jack's.
So this whole thing because we're going to talk more about processes as this episode rolls on, but this whole fascination with procedures, do you think that came from your Hungry Jack's training? Because they're very procedural driven, right?
Probably, because you have to follow every single process there. You're never allowed to be standing around. If you have to at least be wiping over a bench or something, God forbid. Well, that's the way it was when I worked there anyway. More than likely, I hadn't really thought about it, but probably it would have come from that.
Financial stress. I just want to talk a little bit more about why you're so passionate about My Budget. Financial stress is definitely one of the biggest worst kind of stress that you can experience. What is it that gets you and your team out of bed every morning? What is that passion that keeps you going?
It's really making that difference in the client's life, because finances can be such a burden on people and such a worry and so stressful. And really, if your finances work out, it helps your life to work out if you don't have those stresses. I mean, I have had so many clients say to me, not thank you so much for helping me with my finances, because that's just a given, but thank you so much for saving my marriage. And thank you so much, my partner and I haven't broken up, we're still together. And I had a staff member actually who was from Melbourne, and she moved to Adelaide for 6 months, and she was working in one of our offices, and someone said, oh, this is the quick way to go home, and she didn't realise that she was speeding through a 40-kilometre zone, and she got pulled over by the police. So she thought, how am I going to get out of this one? So she started to sort of flick her hair around and push out her chest, and the policeman looked in and saw on her shirt that my budget, and he said, oh, do you work at my budget? And she said, yeah, I do. And he goes, you guys got my sex life back. She said, me and my wife don't fight anymore, and now we've got our sex life. And then he let her off the ticket.
Fantastic.
So, I didn't know that was an added benefit of being a client, but there you go.
That must be very rewarding to hear that the impact that you're having through what you do isn't just on the finances, but there is a deeper impact that you're having in your clients' lives.
I think that's actually the bigger impact, because if you don't have to worry about it, if you let us worry about it, you don't have to worry about where your finance is going. You know that you're achieving your goals. You know you've got the money there to pay the bills. You just have to get on with your life. And in fact, so many of our clients say they've got promotions or they've earned more money because they're able to just focus on their life. They're more involved with their kids, and they don't have that stress and worry. So that's really the reason why I get up and why our staff get up every day, is to make that difference in our client's life, to teach that financial responsibility. But also, we actually really care. That's why the business started, because I really cared about the people sitting in front of me, and I thought, well, if I can help them, I will. And that's kind of what is driven through the whole company, that we're not just here providing a service, we're here to actually care about the client as well and the outcomes for our clients.
How long has My Budget been going now?
Since 1999.
Okay, so 15, 16 years. And how many staff do you have now?
220.
Wow, and you started it from your kitchen table?
From the kitchen table with the old, the big computer and a cordless phone.
Yeah, fantastic. So recurring revenue, for those who don't know, subscription-based, clients are paying every month for you guys to do this service for them. What are the as a business owner, and you've facilitated this massive growth over the last 16 years, what is the main benefit of having a recurring revenue business model where you've got that subscription income coming in every month?
Well, I mean, as a business owner, it's fantastic to be able to predict your income, because I've seen a lot of people in business, it makes it hard to plan when you don't really know where your next job's coming from, or you don't know where your next contract, what's going to happen after that contract runs out. So having a subscription-based revenue model really helps with predicting your income and your cash flow, because you might be predicting growth, but with new clients, and if you don't get that, at least you've got that revenue stream coming in. But the other thing I really like about it is it keeps you on your toes, because you're selling to your client every single month. You need to provide value to your client every single month. It's not like a phone contract where you're locked in for 2 years and you can't wait to change it and move to Telstra or Optus or whatever at the end of it. It really does keep us on our toes and make sure we're delivering on the service that we promise to our clients, because otherwise our clients could just give us 30 days notice and they can leave. So I think that's also good for not only the client but for our business as well, making sure we're providing what our clients want.
Definitely. There's a couple of distinctions here that I want to just peel back a little bit more and unpack. You talk about, so it's no contract, so you can cancel any time.
Well, legally it's a 30-day contract.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you can cancel and give 30 days notice.
So no long-term contract.
No long-term
which I imagine removes a bit of risk up front, because you can just take us for a spin for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. Any 30 days you don't think we're performing, you can fire us basically. So that removes a bit of risk, which I think is an important distinction from a marketing point of view. The other question is, if you're dealing with clients who might not be great at managing their money for whatever reason, because they haven't had the education or they just time poor, how do you convince them to pay you every month to manage their money? That must be one of the hardest sells that I've heard.
To continue enjoying this presentation, download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.